Hello everybody, Donny here, and welcome to how to change front brake pads on an '89 Ford Festiva L. Now, here's where the front brake pads are, in my opinion. Be sure to support the channel by clicking the link in the description and using T20 Donny M 20% off. Alright, first, you're going to need a 14mm socket. These are probably the tiniest tires in history. Oops. Right here, there we get it. It's good. Now, right here, you're probably going to need what I like to call a cheat bar. So, we're going to pull off a cheater bar off of the old jack here. Yeah, just pop that little sucker off. Take this old bad boy right here. See this end? Slide it over your ratchet. Make sure you're in the lefty-loosey position. And, watch the car there. Might want a deep socket for this, but shouldn't take much pressure. Just pop this bad boy out. Yep, right here, see, I can turn it with my finger. Most of this video is going to be done with my left hand. Oh, crap. Ugh. Anyway, you gotta take this one and this one and this one off. That's gonna be 4 total. You know, it's a tiny tire. But first, before you jack the bad boy up, you're gonna want a chock block. I just use this 30-pound cinder block here. Put it in the rear tire since we're on this gravel, whatever. Okay, stick this on the frame. This is the frame right here. Jack on the frame. Because if you jack anywhere else, you're going to mess your car up. So what you're going to do is slide this bad boy right there. Make sure you got your position and all. And then start jacking this thing up till you're at least a ½ inch to an inch off the ground. That right there should let you know. Now, this little beautiful centerpiece has a little bitty hole right here. You take a flathead screwdriver, such as this, El Cheapo, stick it right in here and twist it like you're going to loosen a screw. Oh, and that's all it took. Beautiful. Alright. If you're going to remove the rotor, you're going to have to take this little cap right here, bend this out with like this thing right here, and just knock it out. But anyway, that's not what we're doing here. We're just going to change the brake pads. Now that we've got all the dang bolts out of this tire thing, there's the last one. We're just going to take these tires weigh like 5 pounds. You just, yeah, it's pretty easy. Just turn it through there and just move it out of the way. Oh, check that out. That's pretty normal looking. I mean, you don't want any scrubbing or scraping. But, yeah, there's the old caliper right there. Literally, this thing's like 30-some years old. And take this right here just to make sure everything is still intact. But what we're going to do is try to remove this bolt right here, and there's one on the bottom, and this is we'll take a 12mm, and I like to use an open end wrench right here. Take it right there, and it's a little difficult. So what we're going to do is go up here and get a stupid bigger wrench thing, come back down here, stick it on like so, and just twist it around. Actually, here, look at it. I'll show you how you do it. Take this, flip a rooney, and then you got pressure. Oh, that's the wrong way. Anyway, we'll just loosen this because it's backwards, you know. But look at the size of this bolt. Pretty neat. And get the top one out here, and right here I'm going to show you something. See this little cigarette and this cigar here? One is smaller than the other. This is important. The little one goes on the bottom. This is for later. Remember this, because this will be important. Now I'm going to knock that bad boy off. What I like to do is take a screwdriver here up against the outer side of the rotor and kind of pry the crap out of it, and it's not going to come. Or you could take your hand here and just wriggle it back and forth. Eventually it'll slide off, And see, right here it comes, just like a glove, like a glove. Dang, these don't need changed. But anyway, right here we go. This is another trick I like to do. Once it's on there, you got to push this cylinder back. And I can do this with one hand, usually. Just pry against this bad boy right here, and it just presses slowly. Don't want to do too much, but enough for the new pads to go on. See, it just slid right off. Here is the key to these things, these pads. You got to slide these pins out, and they will just glide upon it. You take a flathead screwdriver and pop this bad boy out. There's one on this side, and this will come straight out. Just slides back and forth through these holes. Pretty simplistic. I like to keep my stuff together. And up here there's another one, and just pop it out. Man, this is so hard to do with one hand. Yeah, it's hard to get this pin. Just slide the other end of the pin out and place it where you aren't going to mess it up or lose it. And then you take the other pin clip that's around it, pop it from both sides, left and right there. And again, this is really hard to do with just one hand. I'm not joking. Let's see, look, ridiculous. But anyway, you just pop these little doodads out of these holes. Then you move it back and forth right here. Yeah. Okay, now we've got the new pin, calipers in just like the old calipers were. We slid this in, put the pin in there. It's not popped in those holes yet. But see, you gotta go in this hole right here. And this little hole on this side right here. But first, you're gonna need the other pin in there. Like this. And I'll show you how I did this. Right through here, you pop this pin in underneath. Then you pop through this hole. You can twist these back and forth. Right there, get that one in first. Then you come down through here. And this, I'll go ahead and pry this out so I can show you what I'm talking about. But pop that out. All right, you see, you just take your pin, slide it around, and twist it back and forth until you get your hole in there and pop it in like that. And once it's in there, make sure it's in there pretty good and tight, but make sure this goes underneath the other pin. And then just slide it on there. Should fit just like a glove. Let's try it out, left-handed style. Yeah, just slide right there. It's pretty, for the most part. Now you need to check to see this bolt here and line this back up with the other bolt. Remember, the long bolt goes on the top. And I'm going to check these little sleeves here, because they're supposed to slide back and forth whenever you release your pressure here. I'm making sure, yeah, that slides pretty good. You don't have to add anything to it. Oop, popped it off. But anyway, pop this and put your short bolt down here, and then should be good. Now we've got this bad boy on. We just need to tighten these bolts down and make sure it's all good and dandy. Now we just got to put the wheel back on and put the dang bolts back in the hole. I mean, I'm going to try to do this with one hand, but probably not going to get it all the way. I mean, it only weighs 5 pounds, but yeah, this is difficult with one hand. But that should be it. All you got to do is get the other side just like this side, and pump your brakes before you start the car. And remember to subscribe. This way you got tension on it. And remember, there's a link in the description below for 20% off any Redcon 1 product. This stuff is the bomb.